Someone you love is going to die, and when they do, you'll probably have a funeral, a ceremony. Flowers, people dressed in black. But here's what nobody tells you. Every single part of that ritual is at least 300,000 years old. You didn't invent mourning, you inherited it. Deep inside Rising Star Cave in South Africa, paleoanthropologist Lee Berger made a discovery that shook the scientific world. At the bottom of a narrow shaft, his team found bones, hundreds of them. They weren't killed there, they were placed there, deliberately. A creature with a brain roughly one-third the size of yours did this. This was 335,000 years ago, before Homo sapiens even existed, which means burial. The idea that the dead deserve a special place is older than our species. But humans didn't just move the dead, they talked to them. In Shanidar Cave in Iraq, archaeologists found a Neanderthal buried in a specific position, knees drawn to chest, arms folded, like sleep, like rest, around the body. Clusters of pollen from flowers that don't grow in that region. Someone carried flowers from far away to place on this grave, 60,000 years ago. A Neanderthal felt something we still feel today. Science has a name for this moment, the birth of symbolic thought, the line that separates us from every other animal on Earth. But the dead didn't always stay dead, not in the minds of the living. Across ancient sites, archaeologists found the same pattern. Bones disturbed, skulls removed and placed separately. In Jordan, 10,000-year-old skulls were plastered with clay and painted with features, eyes, nose, expressions. They were being kept, displayed, talked to. The dead were consulted before hunts, thanked after harvests, blamed when things went wrong. The boundary between the living and the dead was not a wall, it was a door, and ancient humans kept it open. In 2017, neuroscientist Mary Frances O'Connor showed that grief activates the same neural reward pathways as love. Your brain, when grieving, is literally looking for the person, searching, expecting them to appear. Death was the first disappearance that didn't reverse itself, and your brain never fully accepted that. This is why you still reach for your phone to text someone who's gone. You're not broken. You're running ancient software on a problem it was never designed to solve. In every culture ever studied, without exception, the dead become characters. They don't disappear, they transform into ancestors, into spirits, into stars. The Milky Way, in dozens of independent ancient cultures, was described as the path of the dead, not because they communicated with each other, but because when you lose someone and look up at the sky, the instinct to put them somewhere permanent is universal. The first thing that made humans truly human was the refusal to let go. We looked at death and said, "This person mattered." We carried flowers across miles to say it. We painted faces on skulls. We built pyramids. We carved names in stone. Every monument in human history is just a louder version of a Neanderthal standing in a cave holding wildflowers, saying the same thing we still say today. You were here, and that meant something. The grief you feel is not a flaw. It's the oldest proof we have that we loved.